Exciting news! We just got a surprise drop of some new console mods in Baldur's Gate 3's Patch 7 Mod Manager. This covers things such as the Mindweaver class, which is one of my favorite classes that has been added with the mods. It also has the Horizon Walker Ranger subclass, a very unique twist on the Ranger. As well, there's a whole new origin allowing you to play as a vampire origin, which gives you a bunch of unique effects. It's different from the other vampire mod that got released on console. As well, there's some other different cosmetics, the ability to choose armor when you start the game, and a bunch of new things. You can see these wings here from a previous console drop, but we'll be covering all of them here, starting off with the Mindweaver, which has 4 distinct subclasses. What's nice about this class is that you focus mostly on psychic damage, which is actually a pretty good damage type, which is not resisted by many things in this game. But yeah, 4 unique subclasses, a ton of new spells, as you can see here from the mod.io page. There's a lot going on with this one, and I'll be covering all of that here in the Mindweaver class. I absolutely love this class because it has 4 distinct subclasses, getting the Forceblade Psionic Warden, Astral Seer, and the Forceblade subclasses. So there's build guides that I have for each of these. Will be coming soon. I do have the Astral Seer up, but yeah, very cool class because we got ourselves 4 different subclasses. Psionic Warden, Forceblade, Astral Seer. My favorite's the Astral Seer. It focuses on cold and psychic damage, and you guys know I love cold damage spells. And the Void Reaver here. So with this, I'll get into it a little bit later. I will touch on the full build here, but you can see it comes with a bunch of different cantrips. So Astral Shroud, Cognitive Blade Wave, Void Shift, Mind Force Blades, Neural Sphere, Sonic Burst, Mind Shroud, and Rift Slash. So very cool class, and also a bunch of unique spells here. Sonic Orb. You got a cold version of Magic Missile, which I love, and many, many more, so I'll be covering this in detail a bit later on. But also, the Ranger gets itself a new subclass with the Horizon Walker, which I think is a really cool one. So, you can see this here, the Horizon Walker. This gives us a bunch of unique spells. Like, you can apply additional force damage to targets. As well, you get the ability to dash around and attack with distant strikes. So what this looks like in practice is we got our Horizon Walker here. I have 2 different versions of it. But Horizon Walker class giving us the distance strike melee, distance strike range, and also the planar mark, dealing an additional 1d8 of force damage to a target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack. Force damage being one of the best damage types in the game because it's not commonly resisted. So it's very powerful to use, and you get a bunch of unique effects with this, which I'll just briefly run through in this because Horizon Walker is a lot of fun. You get yourself the extra attack, you get yourself Misty Step, which is one of my favorite spells. One of my favorite things with the Gloomstalker is that it gets Misty Step. I do have a 5e spells mod here, which gives a few different unique spells, but I'll just going through this briefly just to show off some of the class features. So at level 6, we get ourselves some more favorite enemies here, and then the Natural Explorer. And as you proceed through with this class, you get some cool things. Like we get ourselves the Blink here at the end of your turn. Roll a d20 on 11 or higher. You vanish the ethereal plane. Well, there you can't be harmed or seen in this world. So you can just basically dip out, and this is great if you're doing something that's a little bit more risky and you need to get away quickly. At level 8, we get the Landstrider Difficult Terrain, so that's pretty usual for a Ranger. But at level 11, we also get another feat. At level 9, we get ourselves Haste, which is an incredible spell to have, making this a very powerful class. And we'll obviously take ourselves Lightning Arrow there. At level 10, we get ourselves the Hide in Plain Sight. Camouflage yourself in the environment to become invisible and gain a +10 to stealth checks as long as you stand still, which is very nice. And as we proceed a little bit further, we get some abilities. Now, this is a bit different from the other one that was on previously on the Nexus mods. Improved Distance Strike. So after hitting 2 distance creatures with Distance Strike, the Ranger is granted a bonus Distance Strike action, can only be performed once per turn. So what's different about this is you can do the Distance Strike and teleport around. The other one, you used to be able to attack, dash, and attack, and it would allow you to do like 3 attacks almost in a turn. But I'll show you what this looks like in terms of practice because it's a pretty cool option. So Distance Strike is that movement, teleport 3 meters to a creature, striking them with the melee, and you can also use the range one. So with this, I guess it's not an ally, so it won't let us do the attack, but there you go, you can see it. So we teleport with our Distance Strike. Really cool to be able to just attack from 3 meters further away. So you do your Distance Strike and then follow it up with another Distance Strike and another one. So it's nice because you get an extended range on your attacks, so that's just great, as well as the ability to turn invisible, and then all the benefits of coming with that. So it won't show us this because we're not in combat, but you'd get another attack here whenever you do your Distance Strike. So that's pretty cool. Now, the vampire origin, I will touch on in a moment. I just want to cover briefly some of the effects of this that makes it different from the other one, but I'll show you what I mean as I restart a character. So with this, it's in origin, so you have to restart the game. You can play as a vampire origin as a regular Tav or as a Dark Urge playthrough, so very nice there. You get the vampiric bite here, which is similar to Astarion's bite, so 1d6, it heals you for 1d6, puts blood loss, so a -1 attack penalty, ability check and saving throw penalty to the enemy, and it gives you the happy, which gives you 1d4 healing per turn, which is a little bit different than Astarion's happy. Gives the bite creature vampire bite skills so they can feed and become a vampire, and also should the blood loss creature take a long rest without feeding and using their bite, they will not become a vampire and they restore to normal. So yeah, you can turn enemies into vampires alongside this if you bite them, so they get a bite, and you have to use the bite as well, which is kind of cool. Increases your carry capacity by 2 times, although there is a mod that makes it infinite, which I highly recommend. Restored from downed in a mist form, so there's no health regeneration in mist, so you can be permanently killed in this, so just be mindful of that. And the movement speed is increased by +3, which is nice. So yeah, you want to bite. I want to suck your blood. Save shift into the gaseous form, so you can use mist form and transform, kind of similar to what Cazador does. Disables health regeneration, so that is a little bit dangerous. And then you can also shapeshift into a bat and gain a bite in your bat form, so you can fly as well. So it's good for traveling around and navigating. And the bat has a claw attack, but reduced to 1 as they're very small. Bat form has the ability to fly and can use stealth. Great for scouting and moving around. So that is a nice little extra bonus that you get from the bat form. And 24 meters dark vision range. You get a claw attack, which deals 1d4 plus level plus unarmed attack modifier. You're resistant to necrotic damage, vulnerable to radiant, and vulnerable to fire damage, as per usual. As with a lot of these vampire mods, the other vampire one has similar effects. You get musical instrument proficiency, which is very nice. And while in the shadows, you gain the Fallen advantage. So if you're in shadows, you get advantage on attacks, advantage on stealth or strength, and advantage on charisma checks. So really good for attacking from the shadows. So if you're going to play as a rogue, something like paired alongside Astarion, it works great. Or if you want to replace Astarion and be the vampire, there you go. At level 2, you get Mask of Many Faces, which is basically shapeshift, and then resistance to slashing damage, so a little bit huge buff actually, because slashing is so common early in the game. Level 3, you get Speak with the Dead. 4, you get resistance to piercing. Level 6, you get resistance to bludgeoning. 8, you get to control a undead creature similar to the Oathbreaker Paladin. And then at level 10, the best feature, you get a wolf companion. So yeah, vampires and werewolves go together very well. I think this is an incredible mod because it just adds a new element to the game. Being vulnerable to radiant and fire damage, being 2 common damage types, makes for a very interesting playthrough. But yeah, it's a fun one. See there, you got your vampire bite and all the benefits of being a vampire. So vulnerabilities as well as strengths against the enemy. It's pretty cool. So you can see there, you got your Dark Urge vampire or a custom character vampire. It's a brand new origin that you can select. I think this mod is incredible. Now, we also got ourselves some customization mods, which I think are incredible. So we got ourselves Lemon Tattoo Replacer 1. So this gives a whole bunch of new tattoos that you can put on your character. I think they look great. There's a lot that are different from what you get in the base game. Now, what it looks like, it does kind of change some of the backgrounds of some of these here. You can see they got this weird little glow to it, but we got this one here. I'll just quickly go through all of them. Some of them look better depending on what color you put on your character, but I'll just use black for simplicity's sake. There's one that gives you a little mustache lip there. It's cool. We got this here, the Strong Arm Syndicate. These just replace different ones from the base game. So if you like the ones in the base game, it will replace them. So that is a little bit of an unfortunate piece, but it makes sense because it's just overriding it. So Shriek Mask, Star Point Glimmer, giving you dark neck. This one here, Fiendhorn Lids Spider Lip. That's a cool little flame on the head. Night Drawer Blots, kind of making you look like Lae'zel. Switch Black Trail puts 2 of the glyphs on your face. Woven Razors, I like this one, gives you a little angry eyebrows, kind of like a Rottweiler. And then this is another one similar to one of the base game ones. This here, cool one. Fungal Crowd, Pouring Hate. I like this with the eyes below there. Fallen Leaves, gives you some neck tats. Flashing Tailfin. Cursed Rose, which is no longer Cursed Rose. Yggdrasil. Yeah, they just keep the names of the base game ones. Some of these do look cool. Like there's ones that we do see. I like this one, just very slight under the eye and a dot there. This one's cool with like the Isabel appearance. Some of them are a bit much, like very intense with how they look, but this gives you the Illithid appearance look, which can be modified if you want to give yourself a funky new look here. But then there's this one here. Yeah, lots of cool ones here. I'll just quickly go through them just to show it all off because yeah, it overrides all of these except for one. So if you like, these ones have the little mustache look too. If you like the very last one, the Dread Fog there, this one stays. So yeah, that's one of my favorites actually. But yeah, they're very minor, and you can even do little freckles and stuff here, or you can change the colors of them. So yeah, I like this. Customization's fun. The more customization options, the better. So yeah, you can get really creative with this. Let me know what your favorite of these is, because there's a lot of cool ones there. But another one, starting armor. So this is cool because it basically gives you the ability to start with whatever armor that you want. So not like a new game plus, but just giving you some different options for what your character will wear. It's not broken. It's actually very mild in terms of its effects. But yeah, giving yourself a bunch of different options for armor. Now, it does have a dependency. You do need the starting armor list. So you do need these 2 mods at once. This is made by Falar Aluve, the great sword that you get in Act 1. So yeah, this will give you a bunch of different options. So Barbarian clothes, Carlock's clothing, Gale's robe, Sorcerer robe, all the different types there. Yeah, it's just a bunch of different choices. The Selenite robe, you can get scale mail, ring mail, chain mail, you name it, it's all there. So pretty cool. There's a lot of different lists for different types of armor. It doesn't include everything. Like this person here is looking for the Dream Visitor armor. Unfortunately, not in there, but it is still very cool to see. Medusa's eyes. Now, this is another mod that adds this one I actually really like in terms of the eye mod. So if we go to look at what this looks like, there's quite a few here. So starting with, we got Zeus. Zeus is the big yellow ones there. Lightning eyes. Hera, Ares, Aphrodite, Arachne, Andromeda. This one I like a lot. Nereid, Medusa. I like this one too. Very strong green. Psyche, Eros, Kor, Persephone, Hades. I like this one too. Athena, Circe, Helen, Daphne, Midas, Hecate, Eris, Demeter, Artemis, Selene, Pandora, Prometheus, and Kronos. Just gives you kind of the whale-looking eyes. I like this bunch of customization. I'm all for that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it does kind of gloss your eyes over. Some of them do. So I click that there. Now all of them are glossing the eyes over. But whenever you leave this, like if I were to select this and confirm, if I look at my character, it won't actually be that way. So, yeah, there is a little slight visual glitch there, but it goes away. My character's bloody from attacking. But, yeah, this one's nice. You can see there, bunch of cool options. I'm all for any extras, and tieflings will get glowing from the Medusa eyes, which I think is nice, and then also from Selene's eyes and Kronos. So, if you're a tiefling, get a little extra benefits. Now, we also got a mod for darker black hairs. So, in the base game, some of the hair colors are not as dark as we want them to be. There is a bunch of different hair color mods out there. So, yeah, you can get something that will replace this. But what this looks like is basically you get the darker black. So, you can see there it's a strong color. And then there's the other, I guess there's other types of this. So, regular black, darker black. And then I'll just put all the graying and stuff to this black, so you can see what this looks like. Yeah, it's a little bit darker. It looks great. Darkest black neutral. So yeah, putting all the hair colors to black, you get yourself this nice dark color here. Some hair colors actually show it better than others. Like if you go through some of these, they'll actually be a little bit stronger in terms of what they look like. I think this is great because the black hairs in this game aren't dark enough, I don't think. Like you can see here, we get some more strong colors here, and it's just nice. A bit more customization, especially for people that have dark hair and want to see themselves better represented. There's Astarion's hair, Gortash, etc. Yeah, this is a fun one, so I like this darker black hair. And free respecs. And if you're anyone like me or if you watch my videos, I make a bunch of build guides, so don't give Withers your money. Save it all for yourself. This is a mod that just allows you to get free respecs, but I'll now show off the Mindweaver class because there's a lot going on with that class. And I wanted to cover it because, yeah, these 4 subclasses are all very distinct and fun to play. I'm a big fan of anything that's psychic damage focused, so I'll be covering all of that here because I'm a big fan of this kind of stuff. So the Psychic Warden gives yourself the Mind Blade, which does, basically you can strike with a blade imbued with potent psychic energy. We get a few cantrips, Cerebral Blast, Psychic Shock, and then you also get cerebral enhancements like the ability to bind your weapon, use intelligence for attack rolls, and there's a class attack or spellcasting modifier is the intelligence. Now the cerebral enhancements are cool because you get new ones as you level up, and they're a lot different depending on what kind of build you're going for. Now, I just want to touch on this quickly before people say they can't select this, because you can see, oh no, I can't press confirm. You do have to select the bonuses as well, skill proficiencies. I've gotten about 100 comments in the last few days, and I've been trying to respond to them as quickly as possible. But yeah, you do on console have to select these here and make sure that these are all selected, as well as your skill proficiencies too. I know the UI is a little bit different. I just prefer for visual purposes to do this on a computer, just so you guys can get to see things a little bit quicker and it's a little snappier, so I don't waste your time. But what this class looks like, so this is the Mind Weaver Psychic Warden. Subclass features Mind Surge. Unleash the full potential of your psychic power using Mind Surge to intricately weave and enhance your spells. Using Mind Surge will cause mental exhaustion, and you get 1 turn in actual instability. So this version of the class, actually what's cool about it is it's almost like a wild magic sorcerer in a sense. You get extra psychic damage. This is almost like a smite version of a spell. It's a melee range one. So this one focuses on weapon attacks and spell casting. Very cool. Synaptic Sever can inflict paralyze on the target. You get hold person, so any class that can get hold person is actually really strong if they're a melee class, because these do go together very well. So a very strong class. I'll touch on the other subclasses as well. I don't want to waste too much time on this one. Psionic Synergy here, so this harmonious blend of mental prowess and physical might amplifies the versatility of combat. So make a weapon attack as bonus action after casting a spell. You also get Mind Blade, which is a fun spell to use. Counter spell, Astral Assault weapon damage to teleport through the astral plane, and deals 2d12 psychic damage. Creates Astral Explosion, which deals psychic damage equal to basically whatever if they fail a 6 intelligence saving throw. You got your Mind Weaver Sanctuary, harness the precision in your mind to protect those within your spell's range. So yeah, they all come with a bunch of different options. Like this gives us a Mind Strike Riposte, so counter an enemy's attack with a swift psychic strike, dealing weapon damage psychic. If you have the Resonance Stone, this class goes extremely hard because you hit hard. You're in melee range, the enemy's going to have vulnerability to the psychic damage, and you just completely slap them around. So it can be a bit overpowered, I'll be honest with you guys, but that's what the difficulty mods are for. Psychokinetic Coverage here, psychic plus bludgeoning damage, pulls the target within, pulls all enemies within 9-meter radius towards a caster, dealing 4 to 24 psychic damage and bludgeoning damage. Using Mind Surge will inflict slow, blind, and charm. So yeah, these all combine together to actually be very, very powerful. So I'll just rip through this and show off what it looks like. And then I'll show you some of the other subclasses of this briefly, just kind of cover them a little bit. Astro Dominus. So all Mind Weaver spells that deal psychic damage now deal additional damage equal to your intelligence modifier, which is crazy. So you can get pretty strong because you can get a +6 to intelligence if you take the Mirror of Loss. And yeah, this just gets very, very powerful very quickly. Psychic Breath, which is cool. Yeah, a lot of fun, unique spells here, and this is our level 12, so this is it for it. But basically, I'll just show off some of the spells of this one. And I do have an Astral Seer build, so if you want to see what that looks like. So yeah, you basically go in with like psychic attacks here, so they deal quite a bit of damage. You can see 24 psychic damage there from that. Mind Rend gives disadvantage on your attack rolls. Mind Surge basically enhances your spells with extra benefits, but causes mental exhaustion, so you can get it ends up causing some issues down the road. So you can give yourself the Psionic Blade, which I think is really cool. I'll put this on the sword to give it a pink glow. So yeah, you can see there we got our Guts Greatsword. It's not on console yet, but it will be coming hopefully soon. Synaptic Sever, some pretty strong attacks that missed. Dominate Will, Astral Maelstrom, which is pretty strong, so you can hit this in a huge area. Cool weapon attack looks. Like I like the animations of these. So has Mind Weaver Sanctuary. I have that active, so I can't actually attack them with it. But yeah, some really strong attacks there that deal a good amount of psychic damage. I don't want to attack too much because I could end up triggering aggro on people, but you can see it's got like astral, it's got a lot of psychic attacks that are very powerful. For a cantrip dealing 42 damage, that's really strong. So yeah, that one's really fun. I'll just show off quickly another subclass of this, but I'll be doing build guides for all of the subclasses here because they are so fun. But look at that. That sword looks nice with the purple glow. So Sonic Warden, very powerful. It's a mix between casting and attacking. Void Reaver, kind of a dual wielding type class. Forest Blade is a Astral Warrior that combines their exceptional melee combat with potent psionic energy. This is a heavy armor class, whereas this one is light armor, and this one is also light armor. Astral Seer is the caster of them, so powerful spellcaster. What I like about this class, and I'll touch on it, is you get Ethereal Beam here, Cerebral Blast, and Psychic Shock, but these spells are very fun. Cosmic Shards, Ice Damage, and it's a guaranteed hit like Magic Missile, which is incredible. And then we also have Psionic Orb, which is basically Radiant, or the Cleric spell, but it deals psychic damage. And then you also get a bunch of different effects here, similar to the other one. You get increased movement speed, which is great for a caster. So with this class, we get a frig ton of different spells. It's really cool. Mind Surge, as per the usual. Astral Flux, Cerebral Duality. So strike 2 targets with a single spell, and this gives you 2 turns of it gives you 2 stacks of Astral Instability. And then the Astral Flux Anomaly Suppression, so Chaotic Force of the Cosmos, preventing any astral anomalies or instabilities from manifesting. So when you cast, you do have the chance of causing some issues. So it's kind of a cool class, a very unique one, and 4 distinct subclasses make it awesome. So then you also got Ethereal Haste, which allows you to cast a spell with the bonus action, but gives you 2 turns of astral instability. Cerebral Focus enhances your concentration, giving you advantage on your next spell casting. So yeah, higher hit chance with that. We got like healing spells here. What's nice about this class is it's got all the fun spells. So Celestial Vortex, you got Sonic Storm, which deals psychic damage in an area. I'll just take that there. You can infuse your blade, getting the effects of like an Eldritch Knight. Now we also got ourselves some more spells here. Celestial Vortex is cool because you can pull enemies together with this. And I'll just quickly go through this because I want to show off the spells. The spells for this subclass are just incredible. And then you also have Ethereal Ice Bolt, which is like lightning but cold, and then also Mind Flare, which is like fireball but psychic. Very strong, as you can imagine, because you can hit psychic, and not a lot of people. A lot of people resist fire damage, but not many resist psychic. So you'll see, I'll be able to wipe out my whole team here very briefly. Psychic Chain Bolt is like a chain lightning of psychic damage. Psychokinetic Rift is nice. You tear open a black hole and it pulls all enemies towards the center, and it can inflict slowed on the targets. So yes, this is pretty overpowered, but it's also quite fun. So this gives us a reaction that deals cold damage whenever we get attacked. So anytime you can get a reaction, that's good, because it's going to mean you're going to deal extra damage overall. And I'll just take up our intelligence here and show off the spellcasting prowess of this class. So at level 9, we get some higher level spells here. Obliteration Nova. Some cool names that are very strong. Some more astral cerebral enhancements. And then level 10 here, we get to choose another one. I'll just take that there. I like the unique spells that it comes with. We don't get true level 6 spells, and then at the final level we'll get some new selections here. So there are some downsides to it. You don't get the full levels. You don't get like a full spell casting here, but you do get full leveled spell slots. So you can kind of buff yourself up, and I'll show you what this looks like by upcasting your spells. So yeah, we do got some really strong ones. Ethereal Ice Bolt's nice, especially after the Wave Mother's Robe, because you can drop this, and it's cold damage, which gets doubled with Create Water. Also cool looking animation there. Psychokinetic Rift, this will pull targets in towards. This may start a fight. No, it didn't. So you can see there, everyone's all dropped together, so you can drop that and then drop a fireball. This will probably take out everyone. It looks cool. Yeah, we downed everyone with that. Shadowheart's stuck in there though. She somehow survived. Got Psionic Orb there dealing psychic damage, so you can blast it away with that. But yeah, really cool spells. I'm a big fan of this because it just hits so hard. The spells look cool. Everything about this is cool. So just wanted to touch on this class a little bit more in detail. But those are some of the best new mods I could add to Baldur's Gate 3's Patch 7 Mod Manager. Big update today. I'll be covering all these in the future. So hit that subscribe button below if you want to see more of this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.